Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel, Cadillac is Rod and Customs. Thanks for showing up. Been a couple weeks since I uploaded. It's been ridiculously cold, and it snowed almost another foot since the last time you guys saw me. Well, on video, you know. But now it's starting to warm back up, and by warm back up, I mean like mid 30s, upper 30s, you know, which is not warm by any standard, but it is warm enough for me to be outside playing. And I'm trying this new thing. I got this fancy little microphone here, so I don't have to have my phone like so close to my face, you know. But anyway, so last time you saw the hearse was on a trailer, and I was bringing it home. Since then, I've done completely cleaned out the inside, which was pretty nasty actually. There was a bunch of rubber gloves, and there was like the pamphlets or whatever you call them from people's funerals from the last year or so that it had been used, and an abundant amount of dead bugs and leaves and anyway. So I got the inside of it all cleaned out, and you saw the hood. I'll actually put a picture in here of during the process of what I did to the hood. I brought the paint back to the hood, and it looks incredible. Holy shit! A lot of buffet. It took me like 4 hours just on the hood, but it looks brand new. Now, as it starts to warm back up again, I'm going to do some more paint. I'm going to do some more buffing, I should say. Not painting, but buffing, because I got to bring the rest of that car back up to par. I did condition the top as well, and I'll throw a picture of that in too. The urge to drive this thing is becoming worse and worse. We drive it around town, but it's, you know, like from here to the store, it's 40 miles an hour. It's like 2 miles. It's not, it's fun, but it should be a lot cooler. The reason we can't drive it out of town is because the tires are horrible. The DOT code is almost 10 years old. They're weather rotted between the treads. I just don't want to drive it very far. I don't trust them. So, after looking for 3 weeks, I found they're cheap tires. They're no name, but they do have a good white wall. I personally don't like the 1-inch white. I think they look cheap, but I can't run a big 4-inch white because I'm not in the tax bracket to buy 4-inch white walls right now. So these are what I settled on. This is a 2-inch white, which again isn't that big of a difference, but it does make a big difference to me. So these are what I'm going to run. And now comes the fun part. Let me take you off the tripod, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Said fun part that I was talking about is let's see if we can get there. Way back there in the back, in the South 40. Let's see, where's my finger? There's my finger. That is my tire machine, and I have to get it out. My tire balancer is also underneath that little cart right there, but I got mud, like soupy mud. Definitely one of my favorite parts of not having a garage is getting ice out of all of my stuff. You too. This one's good though, because all I got to do is heat up the base a little bit right here and then flip it upside down, and all the ice pops right out of it. But then I got to dig all my wheel weights out of the ice, but that's not bad. Okay, now that I got all the ice and shit out of the machine and the balancer, they're ready for this weekend. And I'm not 100% sure which day this weekend, but they will definitely, I have to do these tires this weekend. So I know a lot of people are going to watch this video and just, oh, you take it to a tire shop. Shut up. I don't need your negativity. I will not take my stuff to a tire shop because, for one, I spent just about a decade working in a tire shop. I know how to do tires. I'm not going to go pay somebody else to do my tires. Two, I know the caliber of people that work at most tire shops. Now, again, because I spent the better part of a decade, I was the caliber of people that worked at tire shops. Uh, most of those people are just there for a paycheck. They just want to get your shit done and send you down the road. They don't, a lot of them don't take pride in what they do. Some of them do, you know, but not all. So, because of that, uh, every project I have here, every daily driver that's here, every, you know, I do all the tire work. They're all balanced perfectly. There's no shimmies, no shakes, no vibrations. I've never lost a tire. None of that shit. I'm going to keep doing my own tires until my body won't let me do it anymore. So, tire shop's out of the question. And the nice thing about all of my builds is I do all my own work. Everything from wiring to mounting tires to paint work to, swapping motors and upgrading stuff. And you guys have saw me thin out a wiring harness for an LS for a standalone and all that stupid stuff. So I do all my own stuff from start to finish, unless it's something that I don't know how to do, like interior. I have no idea how to do interior yet, but I do plan on learning how to do interior. All my own work is done in-house or, you know, in-house. I got a lot of friends that have a lot of really nice cars, gorgeous cars, super fast hot rods, whatever. But everybody has a guy for something. You know what I mean? Like, it's my car, but this guy painted it, and that guy did the suspension, and this dude over here did the interior. And I mean, it's cool to have cars that are paid for because that just shows me how big your checkbook is. But it's a lot cooler to me to have all of the work done by yourself because that makes it more yours because you did that shit. That way, if something happens, if you have a failure somewhere, a mechanical or an electrical or whatever failure it's going to be, you can trace it because you know how the stuff went together. You know how well it was done or wasn't done or whatever. So it's a lot cooler for me, and I will. I this sounds kind of shitty, but I will respect your build a whole lot more if you've done the majority of the work or all the work. But if you just bought this car and then had a team of people build it for you, it's still a cool car. It's I'm happy people are keeping this old shit running and keeping the car game going, but it's a lot cooler to me if you do your own work. Okay. Forgot to turn my microphone on. This thing's kind of a pain to get used to. Anyway, second day. Obviously a lot warmer out here today because I'm not wearing a jacket, but got the one tire off. This is the driver's front. It has a newer DOT code than the rear tires, which either they replaced both fronts at the same time or they just had an issue with this one and got it replaced. Either way, I don't care. It's getting replaced. I've already got the air out of it. Got most of my tools out. Now let's get to it. Okay. Sorry for the audio, but this is the reason these tires needed to be replaced. See right here is the DOT code on them, and that says April 5th of 2012. Got this crack all the way around. You could see these a lot better when the tire was aired up, but I had to take off and go to work real quick. But see all these in between the treads? These big bastards here. And this was a rear tire that carries all the weight. This is why everybody says, oh, as long as they hold air, they're fine. Sure, for a short distance, but these are not high speed, high weight, or long distance safe. So now she's getting new shoes and she can go to the ball. Holy shit. Look at these. Well, look at this. My core tool goes inside there. Oh my God. See that one? And that one? Now, judging by, I know the camera's not going to pick it up, but it's starting to feather this outside edge real bad. It's starting to chase the treads. Like, I can hear it and feel it catching my glove. That tells me I'm going to have to either look into the steering on that car or the suspension on that car. Something is wearing these tires like shit. The inside edge isn't doing it. The centers are fine. It's just this outside row of treads right here. So, it's probably just like, you know, the wheel bearings need to be packed or something really stupid and really simple. But either way, I'll get it, you know, looked at and get it taken care of. But quit jammering and just get to work, huh? This is all I use. This is my little Harbor Freight tire machine. Stupid easy to use. This, like 2 days after I bought the machine, this bent and was completely destroyed. So I have an abundant amount of chunks of pipe and metal and stuff laying over here. So I had this 1.5 inch quarter wall tubing over here on the metal rack. So I just re-sleeved it and I haven't had a problem since. Come on. So I dropped down a little bit but didn't break. Just rotated a little bit. Go again. It usually takes, you know, 2 or 3 different bites to get it to break. And this one's typically the harder one to break, which is why I like to start on the inside bead. See? Now it's broke. Onto the front. Come on. There she goes. Just like that. This little stud right here has to go inside one of your lug nut holes, because that keeps the wheel from spinning on the machine itself. Get your fancy little cross bar, whatever you want to call it. Totally broke. Let's see what you guys can see here. Yeah, that's better. Now, take your spade end and just grab a hold of your tire somewhere. Pull it up. And just walk it around. This thing's not very tight. That's better. The bottom one is just as easy. Here, make sure you're above the wheel. Take these. Again, there's nothing wrong with a 1-inch white wall. It's just fine for the peasants. These are poverty whites. You see the difference here? Poverty whites, classy whites. See? Get these poverty whites out of here. It's recording now. What are you gonna say? You don't know? Okay. Normally, now that we have the tire off, this is the time I would change the valve stems, but I don't have long valve stems, and these ones are in good shape, so we're just gonna leave them, see what happens. Get you some whatever lube you choose. Mine just happens to be WD-40. Watch out, bud.
Sorry, Dad.
There we go.
I'm gonna go and ride my motorbike.
Okay. Be careful. Be careful.
Okay.
Get yourself started here. Oh, my minger. Sucking minger. Bloody bastard. There we go. Well, I'm done. Now, keep your fingers out of here.
And boom goes the dynamite.
That went so much easier than I anticipated it to go. I need to get a different air chuck. This one's kind of shitty. Yeah, for air pressure here. A good rule of thumb I like to use is for most car tires, 1 psi per second is usually a pretty good measurement for me anyway. See, there's 36. Piece of shit air chuck. I have one of the fancy ones that clips. I'm trying to film here, bro. Anyway, I'm at 40 now, so that's a bonus. Put your cap back on there. Remember I told you I was going to teach you how I clean white walls? And again, I've seen a lot of people use a lot of shit. I usually use some type of bleach and or Comet combination, and then just, you know, a stiff bristle scrub brush. But this this shit is awesome for cleaning this blue stuff off. Watch. Just spray it on the blue. Let it sit for, you know, 10 or 15 seconds. A little bit of water on the brush. And it literally takes basically no pressure at all. You can also do this with car wash soap. Just straight, non-diluted car wash detergent. Right on the white stripe. Works just as well. Take it off. Now, there you have white wall so white. Lindsay Lohan to take a bump off of them. Now it's time to balance it. This is just a Harbor Freight bubble balancer. I know a lot of people are confused on these bubble balancers, but they are stupid easy to use. There's a couple of tricks you can do to these to make them more sensitive, more accurate, but that's another video another time. Before you get started, make sure you have all of your old weights, inside and outside, off. Set it down carefully. I'll just slam it down on there. Zoom out a little ways. Yeah. See how I just stack the weights up? Because the bubble is on that side of the circle. That the weight's in the same place the bubble is. And then it forces the weight, forces the bubble to the center here, that little black circle, which tells me I'm spot on. So now, take like a paint stick or a marker or something, and I'll mark out here on the treads where the center of these two weights are, and I'll put one on the inside and one on the outside, and then she's ready to go back on the car. Here we go. Oh shit, that looks nice. Fat white. Really? Done. Now, can you hear that? That's definitely some bearing lash in her. Ooh. You don't see that mess? Okay, let's look right here. There we go. Let's see if we can find this play here. Oh yeah. Clear over there. That little arm right there. Watch it. And we're gonna have to address that. But not today. Today, make sure you guys can see good. Okay. Today, the focus is just getting the tires on. Big, heavy, glorious sons of bitches. Done and done. Old and busted. New hotness. And that looks nice. I hope you learned something. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. You know, if nothing else, maybe this was somewhat entertaining, I guess. I don't know. Thanks for coming back and dealing with my bullshit, my stories, you know, my rambling, whatever. If you want to see some more of it, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And there will definitely be, as you know, because the weather's starting to turn, so there will definitely be some more content coming more frequently because it's warm and I can be outside and doing stuff. So stick around. Um, thank you for, you know, coming to hang out and watch my stupid shit. Go outside, go to your garage if you're lucky enough to have one. If you are, I hate you secretly. But if you're not, and you're like me, and you're just out here trying not to freeze while doing something cool, get out there and make them happen. Thanks for hanging out, guys.